Maggie Whitlock, PI, and I'll be responsible for this case today.
Hello.
I'm just going to ask a few questions to the people who are involved in the group when the murder occurred. For this to go smoothly, I'm going to need you to answer as truthfully and as accurately as you can. Can you state your name and age?
Daisy Serrana, 18.
Anna Dooley, 18.
Do I have to give you this information?
It's just for the sake of the tape, but I assure you I'll figure it out eventually.
Well, then I'm Brendan Mitchell.
Daniel Matthews, 17.
My name is Autumn Winters, and I've had the pleasure of being part of this reality for 19 years.
And you've been with the support group for how long?
About a month, maybe 2.
3 months of being held here against my will.
I don't know. I don't remember. A few times. I've been here a few times.
About a year.
6 months. Today was my 6-month landmark.
Would you say you knew the victim well?
Not really, no.
Definitely not.
No, I see him here, sure.
I've known him for a while, and he was a good guy.
Our souls were connected through the stories we shared, so I would say we had an emotional, somewhat spiritual connection.
Can you describe what happened during today's meeting and anything that happened before?
I mean, it was a pretty typical day before, you know. I arrived around 6, maybe a minute earlier.
I don't like your insinuation.
Insinuation?
You're suggesting that something happened beforehand.
I'm just asking you a question.
Well, I arrived late.
Why were you late?
I have to do work, something real. None of this Sherlock Holmes nonsense.
The meeting started like normal. It was normal.
What is normal?
We spent a lot of time reflecting, discussing. Sometimes he had us repeat after him, mantras, encouragement.
Was there anything notable brought up?
I shared some experiences this week. I found some home films. My little brother, he was found killed. He was 6. They never figured out who did it.
No, it was all stupid.
I think HIPAA means that I don't have to answer that question.
I had some good progress this week. Elijah was really happy to hear that.
I didn't speak much.
Can you describe anything that may have happened after the meeting?
There were cookies and lemonade, so we dispersed. I went to the bathroom.
No, I took a cookie.
I talked to Elijah for a minute.
About?
The Phillies game is suspect, I know.
How long is this little Q&A sesh gonna take? I have a soccer game really early tomorrow.
I needed some air, so I went outside for a minute. I wasn't expecting you to stay too long.
I mean, if you ask me, it's probably that Daniel guy that did it.
A few months back, my grandpa died. I never thought I'd be part of a group like this.
I never wanted to be here.
Do you realize that might be considered a motive?
You can't be serious.
I don't want to talk about Anna.
You're kidding me. You suspect me over all those other guys? Brennan, he could kill a man. Even Daniel, he's strong enough for that. Me, I have freaking chicken arms. I'm just a kid. I couldn't kill anybody.
You're 18.
Barely.
I found the body. I don't know how it happened. It looks like it was bludgeoned.
Bludgeoned?
Yeah, I don't know. All we had were cookies. It's really hard to kill someone with a cookie.
You never know. Someone mentioned that you and Elijah had been conversing after the meeting.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
Did you two discuss anything significant?
He asked how my family was doing. He talked about how hard it must have been for my other siblings and I to lose our little brother in such a manner.
Other siblings?
Yeah, I have another little brother, he's 9, and I have an older sister in college. Not that it matters.
Did you consider taking hold on this offer?
I hadn't really thought about it.
To tell you the truth, I was intending on making today my last meeting. I had reached the next level of healing.
Maybe he fell down the stairs or something.
It was a crime. I believe I've solved it. Thank you all for your testimonies. I've listened to you, and I believe I figured out the guilty party. This was not a crime of anger or hatred, but rather a crime of fear. A crime to protect. Not from what he would do, but rather from what he knew.
How does being vague benefit you, Dr. Seuss?
Your brother, he was found murdered.
I hardly think this is pertinent or respectful.
He was found murdered in the woods outside of your house, and the police never figured out who did it. Because you were hiding the truth.
This is hardly acceptable by any means.
Are you suggesting that she killed her brother?
Your other brother killed his brother. It was an accident, and it was a crime of its own. That's why you refuse to discuss it. That's why you refuse to answer any of the questions. And that, Daisy, is why you killed Elijah.
This is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Elijah asked often about your brother. You asked about the case and how it made you feel that it wasn't solved. So you feared he was slowly putting the pieces together, piece by piece. And then when he mentioned about talking to your family, your siblings, that was the final straw. He was going to figure it out, but he already had. So you had to get rid of this.
This is ridiculous.
Someone else recognized your desperation. Someone who needed Elijah gone for their own reasons. Isn't that right, Autumn?
It was the only way I could truly be free.
Hold on. How?
It's kind of ironic, isn't it? The Good Citizen Award plaque right by the stairs. Recognized the crack on it right away. Weapon of circumstance. What, did you wipe the blood off afterward?
Yes.
Contrary to Brendan's belief that my occupation is useless, I do have some common sense. I've been recording this entire conversation. So whether or not you believe that my methods are effective, the fact remains that I've solved this case. And you two are going away for a very long time.